So what's going on, guys? I'm gonna show you now the trade or the trade that I took with gold and how it turned out, and I'm gonna take a look again at gold and what I will look out for today. So here we go. So in front of me again is the gold market, and I'm gonna show you the trade from yesterday that I took. So basically what happened was that so let's run the report. So the gold market was this one here. So I entered at 1818. My stop loss was at around 1826, and usually with this trading account that I'm trying to show you what I do and what I trade in the most simple way, or in the simplest way, is I risk at the moment 2 to 3% of my portfolio, and I always go for a 1 to 2 risk reward, at least 1 to 2. But in this case I sold gold at 1818. My stop loss was at 1826, so 8 euros, dollars, whatever difference, and I took my profit at 1810, as you can see here. So it was actually a 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, which sometimes I'm okay with 1-to-1 risk reward ratios, but I wouldn't suggest you doing it if you're a complete beginner. But in my case, or in the case of yesterday, I simply took the 1-to-1 because if we take a look at gold, let's go and check the 1 hour chart. And so basically my entry or the trade was somewhere around here. I entered 1818, stop loss was at around 1826, and I had like I said yesterday, I had 2 targets. One was about here and the other one was about here, or rather it was here. Well, let's change this. So one was at this support line here, and the other one was a little bit lower at around here, and I simply got out here, and so the risk reward was about one entry was a little bit lower, so here, so the risk reward was about 1.1. and simply if you take a look at the 1 hour chart, we saw here a kind of sloppy movement that went sideways and wasn't really that big. I mean, the lowest point was 1660 and the highest point was at around 111, and this continued for a couple of hours. And this candlestick here, for example, is very bullish, and here we had a couple of them where we simply got rejected here by this support line and turned to the upside. So if you go down to the minute chart, since I was most of the time sitting in front of the screen yesterday, and as you can see here, the movement was pretty non-existent yesterday. So we moved from about 2 p.m. Until, well, midnight basically, at this support line, and it seemed to me that we wouldn't break it, and this is why I took the exit here, and why I was pretty content with my 1-to-1 risk reward ratio. So just so you know, sometimes you can't wait always for 1 to 2, especially if you look at the market and see this kind of movement. You see that it is not going to break lower and go for the next support line, and this is why I simply just took my 1 to 1 win, and this was the trade that I took yesterday. So this was my gold trade. So thanks for watching.